A very warm welcome to Newsfeed on this 21st day of August 2022, a day that has seen the Kilifi County Governor-elect Gideon Mung'aro partnering up with the business community in Kilifi County to see the best ways to revamp the tourism sector in that county. One of the many stories we've lined up for you on Newsfeed this afternoon. Now, with that said, my name is Densotieno. I trust you're doing well. Welcome to the broadcast. Now, on to our top story this afternoon. A section of religious leaders from Kitui County have requested Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka to have a handshake with President-elect William Ruto and forget about the past differences they have had. Now, the clergy, led by Bishop Ezekiel Mwendo of Kingly Seasoned Missionary Churches, reiterated that the Kamba community has been in opposition for a long time, and this is the high time Kalonzo unites with Ruto for the Kamba community to benefit from the Kenya Kwanza government. The religious leaders pointed out that the political season that was marred with insults, blackmail and deceit is over, and thus the political leaders should leave their political differences to ensure that the country moves forward in terms of development.
Mheshimiwa Rais wa tano wa Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, ya kwamba ukiapishwa, kumbuka umetembea pamoja na wachungaji, na katikati ya wachungaji wana uwezo wa kuongoza katika board tofauti, asa katika Ukambani. Wale wengine uko na wao, ukiongeza Ukambani mwaka wa 2027, kura za Ukambani zote zitakuwa kwako. Lakini tunataka kuona tumeingia kwa serikali. Kuna board ulizo nazo ama ziko kwa serikali, tunaweza kuserve katika board. Kuna wengine wamesoma wachungaji, wanaweza kuingia kama ma-PS, wengine kama ma-CAS, wengine kama ma-CS, na hata wengine wanaweza kuwa mabalonzi. Tafadhali, kuna uwezekano tufanye. Ukichukua wanasiasa, hata wachungaji wanaweza kusaidia katika serikali yako.
This time, tafadhali, musikumbali watu wetu, especially Wakamba, wawe katika opposition again. Hatuna maji, viongozi wetu. Hatuna chakula, kuna njaa. Watu wenu wanajaa. Watu wenu hawana maji. Kuna watu wetu wanateseka. Kwa hivyo tunawaomba tafadhali, na especially kiongozi wetu tunayempenda Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, tafadhali, kwa jina la Yesu, wewe ni mcha Mungu na wewe ni mtu unasikia Mungu. Tunakuomba kwa sababu unasikia Mungu, uende kwa mwelekeo wa Mungu. Tupeleke kwa serikali. Tupeleke kwa serikali.
Now, with the country having concluded its general elections, Caroline Wanjiku Mureithi has emerged as the only female MCA in Kirinyaga County, representing Karumandi Ward in Gishugu constituency, after garnering a total of 4,834 votes, trouncing 11 other candidates, 9 of them men. Caroline's political journey began in 2006 when she was nominated as a councillor by Azimio's Martha Karua under the NARC Kenya Party. She then contested for the Karumandi MCA seat in 2013 but lost, which prompted her to go back to her cereal business. Now, the mother of 4 then contested for the same seat in 2017 but lost. She, however, served at the assembly as a nominated MCA. Wanjiku says her journey through politics and her recent win will serve as an inspiration to women to never give up and to stay persistent. Take a look.
ili aweze kupokea cheti chake.
Niliingia kwa siasa mwaka wa 2006 na introduciwa kwa siasa na Mheshimiwa Martha Karua. Nikaingia katika chama cha NARC Kenya, tukafanya kazi na Martha Karua, nikapewa nomination mara ya kwanza mwaka wa 2007, nikatumikia Kirinyaga kama diwani. Alafu mwaka wa 2013 nikasimama kiti ya MCA Karumandi Ward. Sikufaulu, kura hazikutosha, kwa hivyo nikaenda nyumbani nikafungua store ya cereals nikafanya kazi miaka 5. Mnamo mwaka wa 2017 bado nikasimama kiti katika wodi ya Karumande, bado kura hazikutosha, lakini nilikuwa tu na kiu ya kutumikia watu wangu wa Karumande, kwa sababu hizo terms 2 nilitumikia kama mbunge mteule. Nilikuwa naona ile services zenye watu wa Karumande wanahitaji hazikuwa zinafikiana kabisa. Kwa hivyo nikaendelea kukua na hiyo hamu ya kufanyia kazi wananchi wangu wa Karumande. To women who have contested and lost, I want to encourage them that Mswahili alisema kuvujika kwa mwiko sio mwisho wa kusonga ugali. Kwa hivyo kama mtu aliomba kiti na akaanguka, you don't just give up, you don't quit.
Two things to learn from Caroline Wanjiko's story is the strength of a woman is unrivaled, and also that phrase, patience is a virtue. But moving on, Kilifi Governor-elect Gideon Mung'aro has met with the Malindi business community to strategize a move to revamp the dwindling tourism economy within the area. Now, according to Mung'aro, Kilifi's economy is still struggling, and therefore the county government needs to come up with a rapid initiative in collaboration with the business community to reinvent the economy. Now, speaking in Malindi after a successful meeting with the community, the governor said he was set to begin working to quickly change the economy in his first 100 days in office, after being sworn in come next week Thursday.
Tumesema tutahusisha wafanyaji biashara ili tufufue uchumi wetu, na hakuna wakati wa kupoteza. Hata kama sijaapishwa, tumesema tuanze kuzungumza na kwanza kuwashukuru, kwa sababu hao kwa mbali ya kwa wafanya biashara pia ni wapigaji kura. Kwa hivyo niliwashukuru kwa kazi ile nzuri iliyofanyika Malindi, na tumeanza kuongea mikakati ya kufufua uchumi wa Malindi hii. So hii mikutano ya wafanyabiashara itakuwa mingi, si Malindi peke yake, itakuwa watu wa Kilifi, watu wa Mtwapa, tutakuwa na kongamano la wafanyabiashara wote wa county. Lakini tumeanza tu na hii moja, na kwa sababu wale wafanyabiashara wengine hasa wa mahoteli hapa wako pia ambao wanamiliki hoteli, lakini hivi karibuni pia tutakuwa na wale wa kigeni, wawekezaji wa kigeni, kwa sababu tunajua kabla tutangamane na grupu zote, tunataka kusikia kila sehemu ya wafanyabiashara yale yanayowakumba, maoni yao, alafu baadaye tutakuwa na kongamano la pamoja ili kuweza kujadili mwelekeo wa kaunti yetu.
Now, the Federation of Evangelical Indigenous Christian Churches of Kenya wants the election losers in the recently concluded general election to accept poll results instead of keeping the country in an anxious mood. The Federation Chairman, Bishop Samuel Ngacha Njiriri, insisted that Kenyans must now be allowed to heal and continue with their economic activities after many months of heated political campaigns.
Tunafurahia kwa sababu tulikuwa tumeomba na Mungu ametupatia kiongozi ambaye ndiye alikuwa candidate wetu wa kanisa. Wale wengine waliuza sera zao tukasisikia. Tulikuwa na Wajakoya, kuna kile alikuwa nasema atatuletea. Kuna mwingine alikuweko kama Laila, kuna kile alikuwa nasema, na kuna mwingine ambaye ni Mwaura wa Ihige, na pia kuna William Ruto. Yeye ni kiongozi sasa, amechaguliwa, basi tumuombe na pia tuombe nchi yetu ya Kenya iwe na amani. Ningeomba kwa sababu kila wakati wa uchaguzi tunakuwa na shida nyingi sana wakati huo, biashara na nini, na bado hatuja recover kutoka COVID. Niseme ya kwamba ingewezekana basi anaweza akatulia sasa. Hiyo kesi hatuitaki, maana tunataka kuendelea mbele na kiongozi ambaye tumemchagua.
Ilikuwa ni ombi letu kuwa na uchaguzi wa amani. Hatutaki kurudi kwa siasa. Tunaombea wale ambao wamechaguliwa waendelee na kutufanyia kazi. Tunaombea nchi hii ikiwezekana wasiende kotini, kwa sababu aliyeshinda ameshinda. Tugoje miaka ingine 5 na ninajua Mungu atatubariki.
Amani katika Kenya yetu itapatikana tukiwa na uwiano kama kongamano, kwa sababu serikali yetu ya Kenya ambayo inaongozwa na Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta ilikubali kuwa serikali ya kidemokrasia, na demokrasia ni kutumia utaratibu ule umewekwa na katiba yetu kipande kwa kingine ndio tuweze kupata tamati ya maendeleo ya eneo.
The Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance party presidential candidate in the just concluded election, Raila Odinga, is set to visit Kibera to give what the party said is hope to its supporters. Now, very own Moige William is at Kibera and filed the following report. Now, I get to understand that we're linking up with Moige William. Good afternoon, William. How are you doing? And kindly bring us up to speed.
Well, a good afternoon to you back in studio. The weather today is sunny, quite hot, but all is well. And we're joining you live from Kibera, to be specific, Olympic grounds here in Kibera constituency at the heart of Nairobi County. Well, this is our first of its kind of meeting whereby the ODM party is organizing a meeting, and also together with ODM is the Azimio coalition, other parties in the Azimio coalition, and they have come here to Baba's bedroom. Remember, this particular place or this particular constituency is considered as Raila Odinga's bedroom, and this is their first of a kind meeting that they are holding, and they're coming here at the backdrop of a petition whereby Raila Odinga together with the Azimio team is set to file a petition at the Supreme Court of Kenya in protest or in disagreement in the just announced results, the presidential results rather, by Wafula Chebukati led the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission. The meeting is yet to start, but as you can see behind me already, a number of people streaming in at these particular grounds, that is the Kamukunji grounds here in Kibera constituency. Any moment from now, we expect this meeting to kick off, and a number of leaders are expected to come here. Among them is the ODM leaders, including ODM Member of Parliaments from Nairobi County, MCAs, senators. They're expected to reach here. But we are yet to confirm or authoritatively say that Raila Odinga with his running mate, that is Martha Karua, if they are to attend this particular meeting. But we understand earlier on they had attended a church service in Donholm, that is the other part of Embakasi, in the other part of the city. But we cannot say that they are going to attend this meeting. But what we know is a number of leaders will be attending this particular meeting. That is from the Orange Democratic Movement, ODM. But also we understand leaders from the Azimio la Umoja will also be in attendance. But of importance, and what is expected to come out of this meeting is the call for peace, calmness of Baba's supporters, or Raila Odinga's supporters, to maintain peace even as they await the team or the Azimio team to head to the Supreme Court of Kenya and a petition, whatever grounds that they will be having in their petition. We are yet to know, but that is something we are going to be knowing in a few, because tomorrow will be the last day, noting that they had 7 days after the announcement of the presidential results, which Deputy President William Ruto was announced the president-elect, something that Raila Odinga and team was in disagreement. And we are yet to know what will be in their petition, the grounds they will be laying before the 7-judge bench if they will head to the Supreme Court. That is tomorrow, noting that tomorrow is the deadline. But the call for peace, the call for calmness among Baba's supporters, Raila Odinga supporters, is what has been called upon many of them since the announcement of the presidential results. And that is what we expect that should be taking place here at the Kamukunji grounds, that the call for peace and calmness even as the team heads to the Supreme Court. So ours here on ground will be keenly following and also listening to what leaders who are allied to Raila Odinga and Martha Karua will be telling the people of Kibera constituency, most importantly, or more so the people of Kibera here at the Kamukunji grounds. The meeting is yet to kick off, but any moment from now we expect leaders to stream in, and the meeting will be kicking off, and we'll be giving you details as of what will be taking place and what will be said from here at the Kibera constituency. Dennis.
Absolutely. That is our reporter Mwege William, who's keeping fort at the Kamkunji grounds in Kibra constituency. Of course, awaiting the ODM party members as well as the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance affiliates who are yet to give hope to some of the supporters before they file the petition come next week. Of course, Mwege William will be following up on the story and he will be updating us further as it develops in our subsequent bulletins. But moving on, Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has announced that parents will have to bear the burden of losses caused by the fire tragedies in schools. Now, according to Magoha, this has been a way of students avoiding exams in schools. This follows a recent incident in Kisumu Boys High School where 3 dormitories and 4 classes were razed down by fire. However, the Principal Secretary's side, Julius Juan, investigations into the matter will determine who will pay for the destruction caused. Chepto Boit with the details.
Education Cabinet Secretary Professor George Magoha has today stated that parents will be forced to dig deeper into their pockets to pay for losses resulting from fire tragedies in schools. His instructions come hours after an inferno razed down 4 classes and 3 dormitories in Kisumu Boys High School, affecting 250 students but with no injuries.
The problem is with the parents at home. If you think that by banning the school you will not do exams, you must not be wise, because we'll do exams under the trees and the parents will rebuild it.
Even at the moment, we will not be able to say exactly what is the extent of the damage, but we know there are classes that have been damaged, there are dormitories that have been damaged, but no life lost and no casualties so far. That's the good part of it.
I cannot clearly say what the cause of fire is, but I can say this started from the rooftop, because the first people who saw this are the people who saw the smokes billowing out. And when the place, the smoke had gathered so much, you didn't want to risk anybody into getting the dorm section.
Magoha's sentiments have, however, clashed with those of his Principal Secretary Julius Juan, who has stated that investigations into the matter will determine who will carry the burden of the loss. Speaking after visiting the school earlier today, Juan has indicated that investigation into the root cause of the fire is ongoing.
The ministry does not come in until we know what caused the fire. If, for example, the fire is caused by learners, we don't put in any money. So that is why we must wait for the investigations to be complete. We know what caused the fire, and then we see what comment to make.
According to the Ministry of Education, the school will not be closed following the destruction. Kisumu Boys High School has a capacity of 2,300 students, with 300 being day scholars. Chepto Boit, TV 47.
Thank you, Chepto Boit, for that report. And still on matters education, the Education Cabinet Secretary, Professor George Magoha, has assured parents in the country that the Ministry of Education is prepared to ensure that the CBC curriculum is successful, especially in the transition to junior secondary school. Magoha says parents should not worry about the transition process of the grade 6 students, as it is expected to be smooth owing to the ministry's preparedness. Our reporter Patronila Goren with the details.
Incoming, that's all.
While addressing the press early Saturday after the commissioning of junior secondary schools at Changamwe and Bomu secondary schools in Mombasa County, Magoha stated that no more extra time will be added to students in the second and third terms of the year 2022, citing that additional time will interfere with the 2023 education calendar.
You are hearing a lot of stories about more time. Our children are extremely resilient. Most of them have already completed the syllabuses, and they are basically revising. If we have a misstep at this point, then it would mean that we don't normalize in January, and it would then be very unfortunate, because it would look like we are handing over a government when kama umechafua room, you have destroyed the furniture, you have broken pots, so that the person who is coming has to clean all that. We want to hand over a clean room.
At the same time, Magoha has confirmed that the construction of classrooms made for grade 6 students is at 82% complete, and that a total of 3,500 classrooms in the second phase are said to be completed in a week's time.
A number of counties have already completed 100%, starting with Nyeri, Mandera, Migori, and many others are at 97, going to 100. So we are going to work together to ensure that all the Kenyan children, irrespective of where they are, have this classrooms being done.
However, Magoha strongly warned head teachers who sent students home due to school fees arrears, citing that those found guilty will be punished.
The economy is extremely difficult for parents, and apart from a few parents who are a little bit cumbersome, the majority of them are struggling. So you must not send a child home between now and the end of the year, unless serikali ni yako, na wewe ndio president yako na kila kitu ni yako. If you do so, we are going to act.
On the other hand, a section of education stakeholders are worried about the future funding of education even as schools reopen after a short break. The stakeholders have expressed fears over the description of National Constituency Development Fund required to operationalize junior secondary schools under the CBC program, citing that the curriculum may face implementation challenges.
We are fearing on what is going to happen because previously we have enjoyed a lot of support from the CDF kitty, particularly in the issues to do with infrastructure in our schools.
Patronila Goren for TV47.
Well, thank you, Patronila Goren, for that story. Now to an interesting story. It was all celebrations at Muti Wamai village in Gatundu North, Kiambu County, after a man and his wife clocked 102 and 108 years respectively. Here now are some of the secrets of living a long and happy life.
At the heart of Mutiwamai village in Gatundu North, Kiambu County, a special occasion was going on. A celebration in honor of a man and wife who have handheld for at least 80 years and are now 103 and 108 years respectively. The couple's old faces could not hide their joy as they held hands through Holy Mass in the event put together by their children and their grandchildren, together with the church who made sure it was a blissful moment filled with pomp and color. But what is the special secret to a long life?
Sisi wale wamezaliwa na huyu mzee hatukuiga akikuja nyumbani jioni akiwa mlevi. Hatukukutana naye baba yetu akitukanana matusi maovu. Kwa hivyo sisi tukaiga mfano mzuri, na ndio tunasema ya kwanza mzazi anapoishi maisha mabaya ni funzo kwa watoto anaozaa.
They say they also owe it to their God who gave them the wisdom to follow the path of the favored and to pass down their secrets to their children.
Biblia inasema mzazi ni Mungu wako wa pili. Unafaa uelewe kwa maana bona mzazi anaitwa Mungu wako wa pili. Sababu wewe unajua yule Mungu aliye mbinguni na anakulinda na anakuzuia. Lakini kuna mzazi ambaye anaweza kukurani na anaweza kukubariki upate baraka.
Need I say more? Those are the secrets to living a long life. Well, congratulations to the couple that surpassed the century mark. But moving on, small-scale tea farmers affiliated to factories managed by the Kenya Tea Development Agency, KTDA, are set to benefit from a consignment of fertilizer that has arrived in the country. A ship loaded with the fertilizer docked at the port of Mombasa with fertilizer which will be packaged and distributed to outgrowers across the country. Now, the fertilizer, equivalent to 820,000 bags, was ordered from Russia and arrived at the Mombasa port on Saturday. The second batch of 47,000 metric tons will arrive in the country in the first week of September.
Tumekuja kupokea meli ya kwanza ambayo imekuja na mbolea ya fertilizer kutoka Urusi. Iko na kipimo ya 820,000 bags, which is 41,000 metric ton. We had ordered for 88 metric tons. Kwa hivyo kuna meli nyingine ambayo iko njiani ambayo itakuja baadaye. Hii itakuwa hapa kwa muda kuelekea kuanzia kesho, kwa taanza kuweka kwa bags na kuhakikisha hiyo fertilizer yote imewekwa kwa mabag na kuelekeza upande wa Nairobi na kupeleka kwa factories. So tunakuambia wakulima wetu mbolea imefika ya kwanza, ile ship ya kwanza, hiyo ship ya pili bado iko njiani. Hii fertilizer inatarajiwa kubebwa na